I have the only pair in captivity right now in the world.
Or is the cop going to screw up the test?
It does. He showed me like a high button.
The only time I'll be able to speak is when I click on this button, and I'll be able to get a couple words out. Boom. You have to snatch it really fast.
No, you could. It's very. They sit there and just shout. No. All right, this is the moment we're waiting for. Now something's wrong. This water's filling up. Rachid.
I hope everyone's enjoying these series. Andrew, the team, and I are having an amazing time. So if you do guys like this, please subscribe, share with other members, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. We really do appreciate this. Thanks, guys.
So at Polo Reef, one of our main goals is to inspire young children, to try to get them a spark so that they can eventually be in this hobby. Kids are always first, and in this case, no exception. We had a bunch of beautiful girls over and we showed them the tank and all the equipment.
Hey, Andrew.
Yep.
My dad has some aquariums. I have seen a lot of fishes, but I have never seen this kind of fishes because some of them are so rare. Can you explain me about it?
Yeah. So let's go here.
Yeah.
This guy right here, they found him in the Maldives. He's like Jurassic Park. They never seen anything like that with the pattern. See how the normal fish is usually all dark like this, but this whole white part here is all, no one's ever seen a pattern like that.
Okay.
So that's a one of a kind, although there's probably more of them, they just haven't found them yet. There are fish from Hawaii here that are illegal that you can't get anymore, that are very rare. Like there's 5 of these Personatus angels. Let me show you. They're very rare Hawaiian only in Hawaii, and they're illegal. And now Hawaii's banned, so you can never get these again. So there's one right there. The females have the black mask. See the black mask? And there's a male. See the orange?
Yeah.
He's about 9 years old. I've had him since 2013 or 14. And then there's a very, very rare special fish in here that is a blend, a hybrid between 2 fish that would never meet in the wild. Here, there's one right there. So that's what a conspic angel is. And a blue line is a Japanese fish with blue lines in Japan, and they don't ever see each other. But this one breeding facility had 2 in a bucket, and they made a baby, and that's what came out. And it's the only one in the world. They've been unable to duplicate it. So that fish is a test tube baby and is extremely rare. Then I have these fish from Japan. These are beautiful black wrought iron butterflies. See them?
Yeah.
Deep water Japan. They come from colder water and pretty rare.
I like all these fishes, but what do you have over there?
Well, we keep some of these really rare fish in some of these small tanks because I want to have control and display them.
Okay.
And in this tank, we have 5 very, very, very rare fish. This is a Lanceolatus wrasse,
Okay.
which is deep water wrasse, very rare. This is a Hawaiian Anthias, deep water, only from endemic Hawaii, that's gotten very big. You can't get them anymore either because they're banned. And then there are 2 Abai angels in here, very deep water, only from one part of the world. There are only 6 collected, and I have 3 of the 6 ever collected.
Okay.
They come from 400 feet plus down.
Yeah.
And then this fish, the yellow fish with the dot right there,
Yeah.
it's called the narcosis angel, and apparently I have the only pair in captivity right now in the world. So they named this fish because it's so deep to get. It's dangerous for the divers.
Okay.
And there's another one upstairs. I had a pair, and I had to separate them finally because after 10 years they started fighting. Some of these fish, though, are extremely rare, but they do pick on the coral a little bit. You can see this one started to see.
Yeah.
So we're not sure in the next tank, when this tank comes down and we get the bigger tank, we're getting the whole big extension. we're not going to probably put these fish in with the coral anymore, and we'll probably keep them in a separate display.
Okay. Coming here was amazing. We loved everything. Everything is huge. The tanks and everything. My dad had aquariums, but this is in another level. Also, Andrew is such a good person. He was so kind with us. Everything is perfect. And the fishes he had, I mean, so rare and beautiful. We loved it, right? Oh yes.
Let's go in the back here on number 3, number 2. Talk about the copper.
Oh, copper, yes.
Yeah. All right. So what's our level this morning?
For 1.05.
Is that before you added, or after you added?
Before I added.
And you added 100 mils?
100 today, yes.
And do you know what it is now?
I don't check it yet, but I will check the food.
It should be
probably
1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we gunshot this and get the copper up to the level 2.0, or yeah, we can go more than 2.2 with these amphias, and just get them through the 2 weeks and get the prime going and gunshot it and let's get them out of here? Right. Or do we go real slow and watch this and make sure the bacteria is okay?
I will go slowly.
Let's do another counter check now.
Okay, I'm gonna copper check, okay.
And maybe we should go to 1.5 though. So we may.
If I see it 0.1, 1.5, yeah. And then I'll add
Another one,
later on today.
Yes.
Let me go check it right now, and
okay.
we'll see what happens at the level. And then we decide to add on.
We quarantine all our fish before they go into the display tanks. It's really important not to bring parasites and bugs into your main display. You can wipe it out. Rachid's fish have been here for several weeks. We've been watching them, they're fine. We're gonna do the last stage of quarantine, which is adding copper sulfate to the water for 2 weeks. We keep the concentration of copper, which is a poison, for the parasites at a certain level, but not for the fish. And we want to get that to that level very slowly and get the fish used to it, and then keep them there for 2 weeks, and then they'll be ready to go into their home.
Oh yeah, 1.4. Wow. It's already okay. It's already high. Let me show him.
Yeah.
We already at 1.40. 1.4.
1.4.
Yeah. 1.4. So
Has the ammonia nitrite? Let's give it another test. Or is the copper going to screw up the test?
it does. He showed me like a high, but I wouldn't go faster than that. I would not add it more.
What about one of those badges? Can we, the CChem badge
The
alerts?
same gonna show you
What is it going to show? 0?
0.
One of the things we're concerned about, particularly with this copper treatment, is this system is relatively new from a bacterial standpoint. We bleached it a few weeks ago. We've added bacteria. The bacteria have not seen or are used to copper yet. So when that happens, we can get a little ammonia nitrite surge from the fish, and that's actually more poisonous to the fish than anything. So we got to watch that very carefully and make sure that we're using ammonia nitrite blockers to prevent that.
I was thinking that those purple yellow tangs in system 2,
Right.
because we're going to have to take some fish from here anyway because of the bad eyes. Like, we're going to have to catch that and spick.
Blue line?
Yeah. And we're going to need a place to put it. And so, like, I'm going to need
That
a
is-
system open anyway.
2. Let me 3.
3.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't I take those purple yellow tangs and move them somewhere now? Get these guys out,
Right.
put them in the 300.
Right. And then take the conspic right here.
Put the
Before
conspic-
bait shot. He's gonna do it.
After the Batryl shot,
Okay.
you're going to put the conspic up top here.
Yeah.
All right? You have another Batryl injection?
In the truck, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Want to give my fish another shot?
No problem. I'll come back with the
Okay. I can use one more shot, but I think we need to talk whether or not you think the eye needs to be. Like, do you have a pin a fish's eye? Did the koi get pop eye?
Normally the eye, for some reason, even the shellfish, for some reason, when the fish have a pop eye, because they got stressed. They got stressed from the sickness or stressed from the water quality.
I think this was a fight that this fish had that got beat up.
Yeah.
You come take a look. I don't think it's a fluke. See?
Actually, the pop eye is not a disease or fluke or parasite. The pop eye is from the fish got stressed.
I know.
Yeah. And the bait will help.
You think I should just do more bait drill?
The bait field have to reel to come the fish.
So believe it or not, guys, even with 2,500 gallons of quarantine tanks and a whole room full of systems back there, we still run out of room, and we have to play sometimes ring around the rosy and merry-go-round, moving fish around. So that's what we're doing now, getting ready, creating some real estate for some fish that need treatment. And the pond guy is coming right back to give the Conspic Angel another bait drill shot.
Is anybody coming? Are you coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm coming tomorrow.
Okay. So I got 2 fish, the Conspic hybrid and the Heniochus with fluke on their eyes.
So what we have here are a couple of fish in the tank that have flukes on their eyes, which is just a parasitic worm. Very treatable, either in a quarantine tank and even in a display tank if we wanted to turn off the UV and shut the carbon off, etc. We'd rather not do that. We'd rather go after the problem directly and catch these fish.
We got to take the Conspic out
Yep. And the Heniochus.
and the Heniochus, and I think me and Michelle being in there, it's more doable. Hey Andrew, you want to come take a look at this? This thing is really simple. We had to go. What took me a while is I had to go find this this adapter.
Yep.
So it goes from
European
European
adapter,
to
right?
American right now.
Probably had
We have
one in the office, right?
No, we have it right here upstairs.
We did.
A lot of them, yeah.
Anyway, I went and got it. So this right here will just stay up top. This is where you get the radio frequency that goes back to you.
That's got to be dry. This part has to be dry.
This has to be in the water.
In the water, yeah.
So this communicates with my helmet. So this is going to be plugged in, and you're going to be communicating with me from the back of the tank. Or you could go. You could be at the gym because this is long enough. This just has to be in the water.
I think that's good.
This being in the water is what's going to communicate with the mask. Okay. So long story short, the way that this works is these are my ear where I can hear. You can communicate with me through the walkie-talkie. The whole time I'll be able to hear you. The only time I'll be able to speak is when I click on this button, and I'll be able to get a couple words out.
And then what? Where do I get that from?
You'll hear it right from here, the speaker.
There.
And you can control the volume.
All right, what are the other switches that need to be on and off here?
Just this switch, everything.
What
else
about
is
this
set.
on-off switch here?
Huh? This is to turn it on and off.
Okay.
This is your mic, so
Yep,
it goes
okay.
in and comes out this guy to be able to communicate.
Here's
with
the
me.
power, which is the plug, right?
Yep, this is the power of the plug. That's it. So it's antenna, power, mic, control the volume that's coming out.
Half the time it's not successful with one diver chasing like that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's going to be way harder now with all the bigger pieces in there, but like I would set up nets. They normally have like a spot that they go back to.
Here, let me show you.
So
Is that our plan B? Do we want to try something else?
I'm not sure why we don't try a fish trap.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, the Conspic glue on it is fine, but
Conspic, I think, is the most important thing. The Heniochus is, I think, less prior. But
By the way, both sides are open if you want. Like, so you can lay it like this.
yeah.
yeah, but dude, like, come on.
Boom.
You'd have to snatch it really fast.
No, you could. It's very. They sit there and just chow nori. Once
Okay.
they realize it's down there.
The way that the fish trap works, it's a simple trap that opens up on both sides. You just pull the string, the fish in there are trapped. We usually use seaweed, and then we also used mysis shrimp later in the game. So Don, we're gonna take the large Monty cap that's in the middle. It's a little faded.
Okay.
It's hard for me to see navy blocks down there. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So get your 2 largest black bins,
Difference.
dip and rinse.
All right.
And we're gonna have to put it back in because there's nowhere to put it.
Okay.
And Yeltsin, you're gonna do your thing. We're gonna put some nori and try to get the angelfish.
Yep.
All right. All right, man. Let's do it. Hope we catch this fish.
They don't know. Hopefully
You think we're gonna catch it, Yeltsin?
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, this is the moment we're waiting for. The first time we're using the internal communication. See, okay? That mask? No, something's wrong. This water's filling up. Rachid! Rachid! Oh man,
I want to stop the mask. You drowned in there?
the water just got in here. It wouldn't
Water
stop,
in
man. I had a vacuum.
You choked up there?
It got crazy.
All right. As long as you're okay.
This is the first time I was using this mask. You know, I went to the training, the instructor told me I did a great job. I took the mask out of my face and back on under about 17 feet of water in the pool. But in a real life situation, I forgot to close this valve. So that's why the water filled up. I was drinking water and couldn't get any breath in. So I had to get up really quick to gather myself before I went back in. Close call.
So thank God Rachid had that training to deal with the mask and he knew what to do. He's safe now. The mask situation has been rectified. Let's go get those fish.
Testing. You look great, Rachid, in that mask. You hear me clearly?
It's a little choppy, but I can hear you okay.
Okay, same thing here. Great.
Every dive is unique. This one was interesting because Michelle and I were both going at the same time. You know, we have a new mask that I'm trying out for the first time. We also want to catch fish, which is something we don't do all the time. And then we have this huge Monty, you know, that just looked like it was fading out a little bit. It's hard to see nudibranchs while in the tank, so we're going to take it out, dip it, see what comes out, rinse it out, and then bring it back in the tank.
They're all eating out of there. That it's a matter of getting the right one in.
We tried everything to catch these fish. Michelle and I went in there, we put a cage down, we tried seaweed, then we tried some frozen food. It was impossible. Every fish went in there that we did not want to catch that day. You know, then I thought, hey, why don't I go behind a tank, a nice, clever area where they like to hide out, and then I could try a different net to try to catch them. It just did not work. We even had Yeltsin go above the tank to try to catch him with this trap. It just didn't work, guys, unfortunately.
We didn't catch the fish today, but leave that cage in and we'll feed it nori tomorrow and they'll get braver and we'll catch them in the cage. The other conspics go in, so there's no reason why that other conspic won't go in.
Woo, that was a long dive. We didn't catch the fish, but we tried.
So guys, we didn't catch the fish today. Sometimes it just needs time before they get used to the trap. We'll get them. It's not a life-threatening situation. Sometimes on days like this, man, we've had noises from the tile guys cutting the floor in the lab to the elevator being fixed. I've had noise in stereo, and now we're gonna listen to some nice noise and go upstairs to the audio room and relax, Rachid and I.
So we all have hobbies. I've been a reefer since back in the early 2000s, but one of my other hobbies was DJing. I was known as DJ Sheet at University of Delaware. It was an amazing time, definitely some good times. So to come up here with Andrew in the studio and listen to some good tunes and have some fun, it was a blast, guys.
So this audio hobby that I've been involved in since college, some would say is as crazy of a system as the equivalent of the reef tank that we have downstairs. That being said, there are a lot of similarities between the two hobbies. In my opinion, the real big similarity is you're trying to recreate nature. In a reef, you're trying to recreate a microcosm of what a reef looks like, and in high-end audio, we're trying to recreate live music and live sound in a soundstage that sounds real. Actually, you'd be surprised how many reefers I find in the audio forums. The two hobbies definitely have things that attract the same people. So I named these speakers after my late parents, Harvey and Ellen. You'll see in the nameplate here, this one is named Harvey. And if you go here, behind this speaker, you'll see my mother's name on the nameplate, Ellen. Very Very proud of that. Honor them in my hobbies.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
On a diet? Protein. I eat breakfast. What did you say? Say that again? What?